A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Today is gonna be a making cookie day. Today is my aunt's birthday, and I think it was yesterday, the day before, was my friend Ashley's birthday. So they're gonna arrive late, but I'm gonna bake them some cookies and send them in UPS or something. So good news and bad news. I got some really cool cards, birthday cards, and we got all the ingredients. But I forgot the most important one, pumpkin. Instead of running around going back to the store, I think I'll just do it tonight and then send them out tomorrow. So I'm gonna get working on the bus because kind of itching to work on that bad boy. Thank you. I was at the store getting some cookie supplies. Musso was in here playing with the wires. This is just the solar panel electricity wire, and we're running a coat hanger over to this little hole here, and we're gonna try and pull the hanger with this attached to it, and then have all the wiring and stuff go down to the solar box under the bench. All right, so we were able to get this wire through that little hole through there, and under here is where the battery is, and we're gonna put, you know, more of the solar stuff over here. We might put a little monitor thing right here, to monitor the battery and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty much the most important wiring, which is done. So pretty stoked. What's happening on the roof here is that we have both of these solar panels with the solar power wires, and this is a combiner box. So this goes into the bus. These two come from the panels. You hook up the negatives and the positives together, combining them, which goes down inside the bus, which we just put together right there. All right, I got another layer of Bondo applied right here to this. I don't even know what these things are called. I don't know if they're for structure or whatnot, but we are about to install the Blue Sky charge controller. And we're gonna put this right here into the wall. And that's basically gonna monitor the energy going into the batteries and make sure the batteries don't get overcharged and stuff like that, because that would be a very bad thing.
All right, let's try this out.
That, my friends, is how you install a solar charge controller. Musso is connecting the positive and the negative into the charge controller, and then after that we're gonna have a positive and negative go out to the battery. So now we got the wires and the temperature sensor through this little hole, through this side panel from the Blue Sky, and we are connecting a fuse on the positive from in between the battery and the charge controller. So it's pretty easy. Just kind of connect that to the positive, screw it in, and then we're connecting this little, I don't know, what would you call this thing?
Terminal?
Terminal?
Yeah.
Little connector thing.
Clamp.
Terminal thing, which is gonna be bolted on to the positive right there on the battery. And by the way, you can get a killer deal on these lifetime batteries. These are premium batteries from AM Solar. So they got everything you need, and this DIY kit has been super easy, even though Musso's been doing most of it because he has, well, it's true, because he has, yeah, he has a background in solar and used to work on some stuff over at some solar company and stuff like that. So we're all wired up here. Next step is just to heat shrink the battery terminals. Final step is that we are just connecting the wires to the battery, and after this we just got to play with the inverter, which the inverter goes from is in between the battery and the outlets. Look at that, we hooked it up and we already got some power here. I don't really know what 13.1 means, but if anybody does, feel free to comment below. Last and final step is to wire up the combiner box and then see what kind of electricity is pumped through the system. And that's it. We got the combiner box all wired up. We're gonna go check the solar charge controller downstairs and see what's happening. We shouldn't get a lot of electricity right now because we are in the shade and only one panel has sunlight, and they are a bit dirty. But you know, we got this done in what, like an hour and a half, 2 hours. That's pretty awesome. Thanks again, AM Solar, for hooking me up with the panels and a DIY kit. It was really easy. The instructions were awesome, really straightforward, and you know, this has been a really fun project so far. We are now gonna check the charge controller, hooked up for the first time here. All right, amp in. I really don't know how to read this thing, but we got
3.3 amps per hour in. I think that's how we read that.
Worked up an appetite watching Musso do all the work, so we're gonna go hit half off sushi right now. Right, back from half off sushi. There's nothing exciting about half off sushi except the price. 4 rolls, 10 bucks, good deal. Anyways, back at the hardware store, gotta return some things and have to buy a new extension cord for the inverter that we're about to install. I just got myself that other extension cord that will fit side by side into the thing. And what do we have
How's
here?
fruit smoothie?
I don't know if you want to know what success tastes like.
Look at that, we're making a smoothie. We are running this thing off of solar right now. This is awesome. Good to know this thing is working even though it was maxing out the inverter. I think, I did a little research and online it said anywhere from like 1300 watts to 1800 watts, which is insane. My inverter is 2000 watts and it definitely doesn't like the inverter or vice versa. But who knows, I might get a new blender and trade Musso for it. But Musso's basically got this whole thing wired up. It's pretty easy, positive to positive, negative to negative. He's got the wiring for the 2 outlets right in his hands. We basically bought an extension cord and then stripped it, and then he has these little connector thingamajiggies. And yeah, super technical term. And then so yeah, we're just plugging in each extension cord into the inverter, and then we're splitting the electricity, and then that's how we're getting the 2 outlets. One of them being this one, and the other one in the front, right here, both of which are USB, which is pretty awesome and very useful in today's age. And then the other side of the bus is gonna have this one, which is like as a trip for a water source, and then a fridge has a dedicated power outlet right there, and that one's just gonna stay white because nobody's ever gonna see it. So no need to spend 20 bucks on an outlet if nobody's gonna see it. But yeah, we should be up and running by this weekend, and me and the tsunami might take off to Yellowstone. So cross your fingers on that one. That'd be pretty cool. When is this thing gonna be roadworthy?
Oh, tomorrow? Well, today if we get that carboy, but definitely by this weekend.
It's got both sides wired up. We're going to test the other side of the bus. The other side being the kitchen side. So just plug it right into the
Make sure there should be
outlet.
a little light on that GFI.
We got power. We are in business, people. We are in business. That means we can install the fridge right now.
Yeah,
right?
the fridge can go.
Sweet.
Fridge
is going in. I'm on my way to the hardware store. I'm gonna take back the fridge. I gotta get a extension cord for appliances because the fridge little cubby is a little bit too snug. So actually the one I just brought back, I have to go and purchase it again. Also, stop by the lighting store. I got a test strip for LED lights because I'm gonna do something called cove lighting. On the walls, and have like a ambient light going all the way around the bus wall. So I'm gonna test that out tonight. But yeah, I'm gonna swap out the fridge for a black fridge because I got a black sink. I feel like, you know, a black fridge would match better. I don't know if that's silly or what, but yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I got a sample light strip from the lighting store. I'm just gonna plug in right here and test. Guys are super nice at the lighting store. And I was thinking to put lights on the, you know, by the window and then have it covered by a piece of wood, and I guess it's called cove lighting. This is pretty cool. I'm not a huge fan of the color though. I think I'd like it a bit more blue, even though it's kind of hard to tell on the camera screen here. It is a bit orange in color. I think a bit, you know, blue, like a bluer color would work well. As far as the inside goes and the lighting and the wiring, we're basically done. There's a little remote that I'm gonna attach from the inverter. It basically just turns it on and off. We're gonna wire it and probably put it right here. That was like a little $20 part I got on the internet that goes with the inverter. So you can just, like, if I'm gone, I don't have anything in the fridge, I can just turn it off, and that way it won't run the battery, and it'll just keep charging the batteries and not using any power. So basically, what else do we need to do? Electricity's done. Oh, tomorrow I will get a glass jar to go down here, and then there will be a plastic tube which will connect to this hand pump, and that's how water will get into the sink. Also have to do a little plumbing into a different container. I'm thinking just like a bucket or something like that, just a simple 5-gallon bucket, and then you know, disposing of the water as I use it. That's pretty easy. Yeah, and then I'm gonna get a hold of a stereo installation person to talk about what kind of stereo I want. I'm gonna put a rear backup camera in here just to be safe. This is a pretty big vehicle, and I don't want to bump anything, obviously, because I got, you know, huge steel bumper, and yeah, just to be safe. And then yeah, the stereo is gonna have a navigation system, GPS, Bluetooth, and all that fun stuff. Is gonna be touchscreen. So I think I found a pretty good one on the internet for a pretty good price, and a couple other little things that I want the install guy to do, like cruise control, some other things like that. So, but yeah, basically we're pretty much done as far as the building part of it goes. And you know, by tomorrow it should be, you know, it's basically all wired up right now, but I do want to install that remote, and so that'll be all done, so that's exciting. So basically it's just kind of like the finishing touches from here on out. I will want to redo the ceiling. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that on this trip. I am a little antsy to hit the road. As you know, I've been working on this thing all summer long, since basically the beginning of July. So it's been July, August, and now into September. So I feel like I do want to hit the road, and if I want to come by and fix some things like the roof, you know, that could just, or the ceiling, it could just take a couple of days, and which is fine with me. But I'm definitely eager to get this, you know, trip underway. And what else? I might take a trip this weekend, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, guys, I just want to say thank you for watching. And to those of you who have subscribed, I do appreciate it. My subscriber count is going up slowly but surely, and you know, my goal would be, you know, anywhere from like 25 to 50,000 subscribers in a year. I know it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of uploads and stuff like that, but I'm pretty confident, you know, I can get there eventually. Not sure when, but yeah, so I'm pretty stoked, and I think that's about it. We do have this like little dead space. I haven't decided what to do yet. I don't really need to do anything yet. It's fine the way it is. You know, I don't have a lot of things. If for some reason I feel like I need more storage, I can always build something over it. If I want to put a heater in, or a wood burning stove because it gets cold in wintertime, that's also an option. And I think now I'm gonna clean myself up and go get a slice of pizza. So me and the Tsunami are hungry, and we're gonna head to a pizza place, and I guess it's a pretty good one, right?
Amateur.
That means yes. I'm gonna jump inside the pie, which is downstairs here, and we are gonna get some gluten-free pizza because the Tsunami has a sensitive stomach. Look at that, oh my gosh, look at that gluten-free pizza. Is that gluten-free pepperoni?
I don't know, so yeah. Are you gluten-free? Yes.